Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round number 5 of the GTCC TORA Championship here around Road Atlanta. And today is a crucial week for me and RSF1 Hunt, the teammates. We can take the lead of the Drivers' Championship here with a good point score, considering one driver out of the championship leading team is missing this round due to personal reasons and other bits and pieces. So if we can outscore the, I think it is JDR Limited, if we can outscore them, we will take lead of the championship, and it will give us commanding lead where we only need to finish next race if we get a good result this week. So it's going to be a crucial week, and as you can see here on lap 4, we're up by 2 tenths on our lap in our beautiful Audi. We've only got 2 rounds left, this one included in that, so 1 round next week and then we're done. We're going on to a new championship. But as you can see, we're just trying to send it with every little corner, just try and put full speed around the final corner, and we're going to set a 26.9, which is disappointing because our best we did in practice was a 25.9. So we're well off what we can do. We are very, very off the pace. But hopefully we can change that either on this lap or into the race. As you can see now, we're trying to be brave through here, riding the curb as much as possible, and we got a slight distraction. At the time, my father called me and it completely sent me offline, and then I went into the barrier, and that was all she wrote for qualifying, annoyingly. So now we have to settle ourselves down, get into racing spirit for the actual race itself. We're way off where we should be. We're second down on what we can actually do, and that means we're starting down in P9. Disappointing, but we can only try and push forward. We're behind Source, who's one of our rivals, but let's see what we can do going forward into this race. And now we're going to hand over to the race start.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
And as you can see, that was a good start. We managed to jump Source, who was caught napping and was trying to go down the inside of JDR Limited. We send it down the inside, but we're not as brave on the brakes. This is our first ever race around this circuit, and JDR managed to get past us again, and Benedict as well, as Source rams me the first time there and then rams me again because I'm not very quick on the first lap ever. Never ever got the pace on the first lap. As you can see, we nearly lose the back end, but we're already well off the drivers in front. So this already looks like a battle for P8 for ourselves, unless something miraculous happens in front. But so far, we just don't have the pace of the drivers in front of us. But hopefully we can change that. As you can see, coming around this tight bend, Source hits us again, pushes us slightly wide. Bit of a bump pass attempted there by Mr. Source, as we go and get the great straight line speed down this back straight, as we slightly get offline because we did unmute our mic to say yeah we had no damage. But yeah, it's one of them. He didn't mean to hit us. We obviously broke earlier than expected, but we're just going to continue now and try to settle down into this race, try and stay in front of Source. If we can break earlier, make him just basically sit behind us for the whole race, that'll be perfect, because we know he'll get frustrated. And hopefully, after a certain amount of time, we'll find some sort of rhythm, some sort of pace. As we go around the final corner, ride it perfectly as well. A lot better through there than Saucy. Source is way off the pace through that final corner. But we're going to continue as we can for now, and see if we can catch Benedict. Maybe push forward past Benedict and go for JDR, which is our battle today for the constructors. But I just don't think we got the confidence around Road Atlanta. It's a difficult circuit to master, especially when you're new here. And it's just, for me, it's about just come here, get decent points, decent as I can anyway. Our teammate Hunt will get some good points too, and that's the main thing. So if he can pick up more points than JDR Limited, which helps the team, and then I can just bring the car home in a decent position, then it will be very, very good for us as a team. As you can see now, just taking our time through here. It looks like Source may have had a tiny moment there, but not big, not a huge moment. But we're just going to continue now. Coming around these same couple corners now. The Source is always stronger into that turn, and then into here he brakes a lot later. But I think he might have gone slightly off as we look behind us, and Source is in the grass, and that will be the end of the battle with Source for the meantime. I think I should be able to keep the gap because we're about the same pace. So I think that'll be the end of Source for this race, unless anything drastic happens for us into the rest of the race. But for now, we're just going to settle down, wait to the pit window, get into the pits, and obviously get our mandatory pit stop out of the way, which is between the minutes of 10 minutes and 15, as always. As you can see now, we're coming around at 10 minutes. We're going to dive straight into the pits, get this pit stop out of the way nice and early. And it's a long pit lane, so we're not going to make you sit through all of it. I hope I've edited this out. I'm pretty sure I did. But at the moment, it looks like I have not. So, there's a good chance you might have to sit through this extortionately long pit lane. It took a while. Now, this is my bad, because I did edit this out, but apparently the editing software decided, nah, I actually like the pit lane, so I'm going to leave it in here for you guys. So, sit back, enjoy, get your popcorn. It's going to be a while. We've still got a bit of time. We're nowhere near the pit lane exit yet. We're now finally getting to the exit. We're 300 feet, 200 feet, 100 feet away. And that was the rare occasion where we've left the pit lane in for you guys to see. Not the longest pit lane of the calendar, because that went to the last round at Watkins Glen. That was 56 seconds or something. That was a drag. That was horrible. But here we go. We're coming now on cold tyres. You can see on cold tyres is absolutely treacherous as we nearly lose the back end, but we're fine. As you now can see, coming towards the end of this lap, we've got people in the pit lane. Who's in the pit lane? I think Source is one of them, as we nearly bin it, but we should be able to get in front of Source, and we did get in front of Source. Decided to cut that bit out apparently, but yeah, we did get in front of Source, and now we're just trying to set ourselves down. But we go wide slightly into the gravel, not for the first time in this race either. And we're wide, and we're just giving ourselves a little bit more extra work to do as we're now coming around to start the final lap of the race. As you can see, we maintained the gap to Source in the end and maybe extended it slightly. But it's all about just settle ourselves down for this final lap of the race, bring the car home. As you can see, we set a 25.8. Our qualifying lap was a 26.9. So 1.1 second faster than our qualifying lap, which is fantastic apparently. Yeah, we couldn't hook a lap up in quali, which was frustrating for us. But it is what it is. We're just going to settle down into this race. As you can see, we're coming around the final corner now to come home in P8. Decent result for the team. Not upset with that at all. And that puts us a step closer as Hunt, more importantly, beats JDR Limited. That is huge for us, as Benedict thanks JDR for the battle with him, it looks like. But yeah, JDR, much quicker driver than us, more experience with this game, managed to finish behind our teammate Hunt, so that's huge. That is massive. So we gained points on them as a team, as you can see in the reverse grid now. We're going to be starting in P5. Behind our rival Source. We can never get rid of Saucy. He's always there. Every time we race, Source is always beside us, either in front or behind. It's doing my head in. Can't get rid of the lad. He's always around me somewhere. As you can see, I've just left in the start here of the formation lap. You can see we're in P5. Just checking our car is not broken, and settling ourselves down for this formation lap. As you can see, we're going to the race now.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
And that, we're back to our traditionally poor start, but it looks like we're going to get past Hazio here into turn 1. We leave enough space on the inside, and there's been a shut, and we're around! Oh, for sake, it's happened again, guys. It's happened again. We've been spun around or punted off. It's normally the case, and I found out afterwards our teammate RSF1 Hunt was down the inside there, and he may have made contact with Hazio, which then caused me to go off the track. It's just Constantino effect, and there's nothing that anything could be done about it. No one could do anything about it, and as always, I am the unlucky recipient of getting punted to the back of the field in the reverse grid, and now we just have to battle our way back through. As you can see, we're 700 foot behind the next driver. As you can see now, going on to the next lap, we're only 200 feet behind. We are pushing like a madman. We are driving, and I can tell you this right now, at the time I was driving with red eyes. I was angry. I was annoyed to high hell, and I just had to get my way back into this race for the team. It's just not ideal. There's always something that tends to happen to me, and I need to settle down, get a bit calmer, and see what I can do as a team driver in this race. We're aiming for top 10 at this point. Maybe we can battle our way back through into our traditional P8, potentially, but it's going to require an aggressive drive and a very smart drive. As you can see, we are still a little bit of a gap behind, but you can see how much later we can break than Hazio into the chicane, which is a promising sign for if we go for an overtake. And we get a good run out of it too. So let's just see where we can be quicker than Hazio. We're sitting for a lap. As you can see, coming around the final corner, we get a little bit brave on the inside. Just about clung the car to the track. That was dangerous. Now the next lap. Are we faster than Hazio through here if we nail it? We go wide. We come back in. Oh my god, we had to touch the brakes there just to avoid any sort of major crash, because Hazio was going a lot slower than I expected in the middle of the corner, and I had to just get out of it, or that would have been a massive crash for me and the Norwegian driver. It's one of those races where you just have to be smart about what you do. And if I send it, yes, I'm aggressive at the time, I'm annoyed at the time, but if I just send it down the inside in an aggressive, dumb move, it's going to take us both out of this race, and it's not going to benefit anybody. As you can see, there's a slow moving car in front of us. I don't know what's happened, and it looks like, is it Big Chungus? It might be Chungus. I can't quite see the driver's name, but I think it is Chungus. Chungus has had an off somewhere, so he's now just in front of us, but he'll get away. He won't be an issue in this race. As you can see, we're considering where to make a move on Hazio and slightly get on the curb there, which is going to cost us. But Hazio is all over the back of Tonic as well. This is going to get, I think, very scrappy before this battle is over and done with. Hazio is gaining on Tonic. In the first race, I think Hazio sent it down the inside of Tonic in one of the final corners. It might have been this chicane. But Hazio is not quite close enough to do it this time. But we're biding our time. I think we've got the pace to get past these two drivers. As we can see, we're very, very close to Hazio through here. And we're going to try and go around the outside. Nope, we're trying to cut back now. Can we make the move? It's just getting very frustrating sat here, because we clearly have the pace to continue, but Hazio is driving a brilliant defensive drive, and there's just nowhere we can go. We are just stuck. We are a sitting duck here in a single file situation where we just cannot find the braking zone to pass Hazio. Too good into the brakes as they go for the move on Tonic, and that's going to open the door, because they made the move there, and we're going to get closer and closer. Let's see if we can get the traction out of this corner. Hazio's getting a great run on Tonic. I get a decent run on both of them. Can I send it down the inside? Will I make this fully wide? I considered it, and I do! Down the inside, Tonic's panicking at this point. I can tell you I'm in the party with Tonic, and Tonic was losing their mind. But we're down the inside of Tonic. She lets us go, and now we've made the move on Tonic. They lost 2 positions in about 2 corners there, to be honest with you. And now, can we make the move on Hazio? What we're going to do, the pit lane, window, pit lane, whatever you want to call it, will be opening in 2 seconds, 1 second, and the pit lane is open, pit road is open. So, who's going to take the early stop? I'm going to go around for another lap. I don't see an early stop benefiting me, as my teammate Hunt has pitted straight away. Normally I would pit early, but I decided against it. But oh my god, that was nearly a huge shunt. We hit the back of Hazio, and that nearly caused a pit maneuver on Hazio, and I did not intend that. And I got straight back out the throttle, apologised at the time, and we just moved on. Obviously, I wasn't expecting Hazio to have that little speed through the final corner, and it basically nearly resulted in a big wreck. But we're all good for now. Tonic stays out as well. Tonic has decided not to pit. She's continued, as she should do, actually, to be honest, at this point. As JDR Limited looks like they have an issue, and that's huge for us as a team. We stroll past JDR, but I honestly don't think that's the last we'll see of them. They are a very quick driver, and it looks like they do have an issue with the car. But it's, to be honest with you, for us, not come at a perfect time, because they've only got to go down the back straight and a couple of corners. So if there could have been more corners, that would have hurt them more. So it's going to be a case of, I think they still got a pit, so they haven't done their 1 mandatory pit stop yet, potentially. I'm not really sure. But yeah, We are in a situation here where we're gaining, we're still gaining. Stingray and Nothel are both pitted, and we can't get a move on Hazio. Too good onto the brakes here into the chicane. And are they going to box? They go to the right. I think Hazio is going to box, which they are, so I'm going to stay up for one more lap, try and do the overcut move, because I think I've got the pace here on one lap. I think we can absolutely send it on this lap and gain as we're going to pass. I think that's Nothel and Stingray on this lap, because they're both in the box. And we're just going to continue. See if we can carry the speed through this corner. As you can see, we're now coming out the pit lane. And where is Hazio? There goes Dodge. Dodge is in front. But Hazio is 400 feet behind. We have jumped them by a mile. What a huge overcut that was. As JDR Limited now is only 500 feet behind us. So they undercut and they are gaining on us, which is a shame for us. I just don't think there's much I can do. But here, all I got to do is close in on Dodge and I get my P8. I don't know if that's possible. It seems to be a difficult one for me at the moment. But the thing is, we've got JDR Limited catching up with us. And I just don't know if I can defend from them. They're just a much quicker driver. And I think it's impossible for me to keep them behind. And we're getting in behind Dodge now. We get a great run out of this corner. Now down the back straight, a bit of slipstream. Can we make the move on Dodge? I think we're going to consider it. I think we're close enough here. Dodge normally brakes earlier than what we can do. But let's see what Dodge does. We're coming down in the inside. Dodge brakes really late. We brake incredibly late. We just about stopped the car before all four wheels are on the grass. Dodge doesn't. And that means JDR Limited has managed to get past Dodge as well, which has now put us in trouble here. On to the next lap. JDR looking for a move. We brake a lot earlier than JDR can. And as you can see, JDR tries to run around the outside of us. There's not a lot we can do. This is a lost cause for us. And JDR will send it down the inside. We thought about trying to hold it around the outside, and we just backed out, let JDR have the position. And that is the last we'll see of JDR today. And to be honest with you guys, we're now going to bring the car home, hopefully for a P9. As you can see, final corner now. Beautiful finish. P8, P9. As you can see, we slide across the line. A bit of frustration shown due to the early crash. But that is huge for the team championship. I don't have the championship standings in front of me, but I can tell you now, if me and Hunt finish next race, we will win the Constructors. It is a huge move for us. Huge result. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you're new around here, please subscribe for more. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. I've been Chris12LFC, and I'll see you later.